And we're back for another edition of Inside Career Technical Education Podcast. I'm Ann Baldwin, joined by President and CEO of Porter and Chester Institute, Jim Beloga. Boy, you're getting around these days. I tell you, I was driving into work the other day, and I turned on WTIC AM 1080, and there you are.
Yeah, it was great. I got about 10 minutes with Ray and on a show, and we talked a little bit about the essential workforce, and he wanted to know more about our educational programs and when our next class start was and how people could find out more information. So I was more than happy to share that with him, that we've got classes starting July 20th, and if you want more information, go to porterchester.edu. And we've got lots of information on the page, so it was a lot of fun.
Right. So you do have a summer start, like you mentioned, July 20th. And there's some information in this podcast that we want to give to incoming students because the model has changed. It's more of a blended learning program. I know Porter and Chester, all of your campuses in Connecticut and Massachusetts, paying very close attention to safety protocols outlined by the CDC and the respective states. So let's talk about some of the landmark dates that are coming up for enrolled students and what they need to know for the upcoming semester.
Yeah, I mean, so again, historically, students would have come onto the campus, and now what we're doing is getting them prepared before the classes start on July 20th. And so on Friday, July 17th.
Wait, July 17th?
Yeah.
Could it be? It's my birthday.
Yeah, there you go.
What's happening on my birthday?
Well, on your birthday, it is the technology pickup day.
Oh,
so,
there you go.
Yeah, so again, we will be disseminating technology to the students, and that's either in the form of an iPad, a laptop, or a Chromebook in certain programs. And each program has their specific technology, and that's generally going to happen. Each campus might be a little bit different, but generally, I think the time frames that we're looking at are between like 10 a.m. in the morning and 5 p.m. And
so you are still, safety, huge, masks required, also social distancing, but technology, especially now with the blended learning and people learning remotely, you need that piece to continue your education at Porter and Chester.
Yeah, and so as we continue on our journey here, on Saturday, what's going to happen is we've got the iPad or the technology setup webinar day, and that also is going to run from about 10 in the morning until 2, and that's where we'll send the students out a link via Zoom, and they'll log into Zoom, and we'll basically help them get set up in preparation of their first day of class on Monday, July 20th, and so again, we've got these sort of milestones that we've got to get students through to get them comfortable and get them integrated as a new student.
Absolutely. And then coming up on Monday, the 20th, that's going to be the virtual first day of class. That's when students actually log in.
Correct. Yeah, and so what's happening is we're communicating with the students as we're getting closer and closer to the start date, and obviously on Monday, July 20th, that's when classes start, and I would say a majority of the students will have been given the assigned times by the campus director of operations and education as to when the students should log into their classes, and our nursing students, for example, will actually report to the campus on that day, but all the other students will be logging online, and that's how they'll begin their education.
Right, and each individual instructor for different programs obviously will let the students know what the schedule is as the first week unfolds. So let's kind of recap these dates again. Friday, July 17th, is the technology pickup day. Saturday is the iPad setup webinar day, and that, you said, Jim, is from 10 to 2, and that really is important that students participate in that because that really is the foundation for the next steps and how your whole education is going to unfold. And so it's really important that you make that date and make that webinar on July 18th. And then Monday, how exciting, the 20th of July is the first day of class. And that is when you'll have your email account and really the whole process begins. So it's really wonderful that all these, people are pursuing another career path. And it's another great opportunity as classes start July 20th to prepare yourself for essential jobs that are out there and just waiting for people to finish up their accreditation so that they can get to work, and they are.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would say that we generally continue to enroll students generally right up into the start date, and for those students who are very well prepared, they can make that transition. So again, we make that available to them, and again, we're trying to make this process as seamless as possible, and we're trying to over communicate while staying safe. And again, I would sort of suggest that the Saturday is really the key to unlock your technology, if you will, so that you are prepared come Monday to participate going forward.
Absolutely. And if you need any further information, and they will be sending you if you're currently enrolled student for the July 20th date. But if you're interested and you haven't signed up for this semester, fall classes are also coming up, so it's not too soon to start preparing and figuring out what you want to do. porterchester.edu is the website. We'll have a great summer start, Jim. Continued success to yourself, your staff, and all of the students. And we want to thank you for listening to this edition of Inside Career Technical Education.